think Commander X casted that. Oh, we have gone live.
No, this is the false start.
This is the false start, right? Okay. So we're not going to bother casting any of this because they just reset it, right?
Yeah.
This is the point at which we missed the first round.
So we've been told anyway. I'm just going to pretend nothing's happening here.
Yeah. Okay, so we casted, me and CX casted Finland against Russia, and that was just crazy. I mean, Himsy had 30 deaths every game and was just running in at every possible opportunity, but so were the Russian scouts. They were just throwing their lives away, and Zappis really came out good for Finland and cleaned up a lot of the frags, with Himsy actually, like using his deaths to actually do something for his team. He was the playmaker, the entry fragger, if you're into all that CSGO terminology. So I'm expecting big plays from him, and I was impressed by Salmon as well on the Finland roster. But the people that I will be looking out for tonight, I'm going to be honest, are Nighthawk and Starsky, at the moment tagged up as Nookie, as in the new cookie.
We have gone live here, and I believe this is the actual live. Apologies for no outlines today. A lot of plugins were broken by the update yesterday, but we have got a pretty serviceable cast for you here onto this first middle though. And it looks like Zappis is going to try and get focused down there by those Lithuanian players. He drops down on 50 health underneath the point, and big bomb comes in from Sam, takes out Nuki, gets finished off by Huhi with those quick sticky zets. Zappis eventually succumbs to his injuries. Nighthawk gets credit for that frag, and Finnish players seem to be just dying a slow death here. The combo's going to back out though. Hawks never want to commit too early, gets out with Tomsy. And they will be able to hold on to that Uber charge, but a solid middle air from Lithuania, Sideshow.
Yeah, definitely. The early aggression from Salmon didn't quite do enough. It didn't distract enough players or force Lithuania back into an unfavourable position, and Hawks was just so passive throughout the entire middle. He kind of baited Settle It Out right at the end there, but I think it was lost by then already. So we're going to see Lithuania move in to fight an Uber v Uber onto last, but Zappis has picked up the sniper, and Salmon went in for a bomb there to try and force the Lithuanian Uber. He doesn't manage it, so that's going to give them a pick onto last. Surely they're going to make use of this opportunity.
Yeah, that's a smart play by Salmon. He knows his team can buy that 10 seconds he needs to spawn with the Uber charge, so even if Lithuania push on what they perceive as an advantage, it's not a real advantage. They're going to sit back and try and formulate an actual plan, though. They're here playing at short notice as well. I imagine they haven't played a warm-up game, so both teams might be a little bit shaky. Going to see the big bomb in there by Arvians, but it's plucked out there by the body shot from Zappis. At the same time, Nighthawk makes a play for the point, so nice little sacrifice play. They're going to throw two players away on a fairly low-risk play, but there's a big sticky trap waiting in the lobby. As the Finns begin to push out, Hawk spots it out, Settle's going to survive that as well, and the combo's looking well buffed here as they begin to move forward, but Himsy playing that aggressive scout roll goes down early to Evokche, and now the Finns aren't sure if they should continue here or not, Sideshow.
Yeah, the problem with Himsy playing this kind of role is that he just screwed up that entire push for his team. He goes out through the lower, gets killed by a soldier, I think it was. Settler gets a nice sticky trap kill there onto Nighthawk, as Arvins pushes a little bit into the lobby as well. So yeah, Himsy just shutting down his push for his team there by giving himself away as an easy frag. Salmon's poking around on this upper riverside area, seeing what he can find, but the combo of Lithuania nowhere to be seen. They're out in Big Door.
Going to see an off class here from Nighthawk as he swaps scattergun for sniper rifle, having been killed off there by Settler. He's taking the very safe approach here. He doesn't want to give away his position. He's going to walk all the way up through the balcony here and then head towards Riverside. He's looking for that shot across. He needs some cover here. He's going to run into Salmon. He's actually looking for that soldier pick. Salmon sees him. The shot rings out, but no hit connects. And now they are aware that the sniper is being played here by Lithuania, so they are going to run their own counter sniper, it seems. Zappis rocking its scope here.
Yeah, and Zappis standing right next to his medic, which he knows Nighthawk's going to be going for, or he's going to be trying to get a key pick. So Zappis just staying nearby so that if he does get a peek onto the medic, he's able to get it. A headshot rings out there, a Settler goes down to 55 HP. Nighthawk just wisely choosing another target that isn't protected by the enemy sniper, and he's just hitting shots off, well protected by his team on Riverside there. Nice counter snipe by Zappis. I was going to criticise the soldiers for not putting enough pressure on him, but Zappis pulls it out anyway and takes down Nighthawk. But the Finnish are just content to sit on this last. They're not thinking of pushing out with the sniper pick.
Yeah, this is of course Gully Wash last for the uninitiated. It is pretty tough to push, really easy to defend, even if you don't have an Uber charge. I say really easy, but if you're an organised team, it's easy to turn over these advantages. But right now it's Uber versus Uber, so it's even harder. There's Nighthawk going to peek in below. Oh, Himsy peeks round the corner, doesn't even realise the sniper threat was there and gets domed. Nighthawk with a quick reaction is going to earn them a frag. Now they're going to go in for the Uber trade here whilst they have that one-man advantage. Settler's going to get isolated, goes down, doesn't get saved there by the Uber of Tomsy. Now as the Ubers fade, Finland are going to find themselves without a demo man. The point is open to being played, no sticks there, and a big carpet of stickies on the floor from Hugi. And he's going to or Hawks actually with the 2k there, picks up RV into the both soldiers down, Salmon onto Nuki, Himsy cleans up Hugi, and Lithuania, after that attempted push and great pick onto the demo man, find themselves just scattered across the floor.
Oh, that went so terribly for Lithuania there. They had the demo man pick, they had a great opportunity to re-push, but unfortunately Arvin's, and I think it was Nuki, who's Starsky, went in just before their heels and Blackout didn't commit at all, and that just they just completely sacked the rest of their players in. And Finland now are going to reclaim this middle point. They're just spamming on Big Door. Huey does go down, so that's no demo man for Lithuania as well. And surely they're going to be pushing this on. They're all stacked around the point for no good reason. I really want them to be pushing at the moment, but they are. They're going through Big Door with both of their scouts and their pocket hogs, and they're going to be able to take this point for free with Huey just spawning now and not able to set up sticks. Looks like Evoke possibly wants to do something on the top here. They do have their Uber charge, but I don't think they're going to be able to defend as Finland get a ×6, ×7 stack on that point.
There is 100% for both medics right now, and I am watching Settler going lower. He's going to change his mind and go up top. Stickies are waiting on those lockers just near the roller door from Huey. He has a little trap set up for anyone who doesn't pop too early. Salmon's going to go in and trade though. And in doing so, he's gained some intel there. They now know they're running a heavy weapons guy, Nuki, aka Starsky, running that heavy. So he'll have the opportunity to off-pass here if he so chooses. We could see Spy, Sniper, Heavy, anything's possible. If you watched the England game the other day, it could be an engineer, Sideshow.
I didn't manage to catch the engineer plays.
I thought you would be orchestrating them, sitting in Mumble with your little chalkboard, you know, coming up with these strats, but Salmon has gone soldier just to disappoint me anyway. Damn it, Salmon.
I'm afraid whenever I off-pass it, it isn't really an orchestrated plan.
You just feel the game, man, you feel your moments.
Yeah, it's all about that intuition. That's what makes me such an incredible player. Salmon looks like he wants to poke in there. He had a look, he saw the sticky trap and just backed out a bit. Arvin's ready to put some spam on Riverside as well. It's a strange positioning from Starsky on the heavy. He's got the low ground, he doesn't have a buff either, so he's only at 100% of his health rather than 150, but he's ready to drop to that point. Oh! Spam pipe's coming in.
Himsy gets the force!
But Himsy runs in and gets the force.
Great play from the Finns, but Hawks and Settler are playing a dangerous game here. After their team is pushing in, Hawks is trying to take the scout fight on Riverside, whilst his medic backs off towards balcony. Zappis is going to finish off a Vokje, who was trying to jump up behind, did kill Himsy previously, but he is now back on the field, and Finland are ready to go here with the full Uber advantage, Sideshow.
Yeah, Settler and Hawks look like they want to push on this Riverside, and Zappis has just joined them as well. Zappis is going to be in the supercharge to try and take down the Pyro, and does so straight away. And now maybe Starsky's going to get focused down. They seem to be going for this pocket as well. Starsky does go down, and now the soldiers are coming in. This looks like a point for Finland. All that damage onto the point. Huge players back out running in with the Superstar out, desperately trying to defend. Huey the last one to go down, and that's the first round to Finland.
Yeah, well executed push there from Finland. It's not easy to push even with your Uber advantage, but they got that Pyro pick really early, which was super important. Heavy went down shortly after that. Now we're going to go to the second middle here. Huey's rolling out to choke, and Zappis is just about to walk into his face. He's got no protection here. His scouts just arrived, but Zappis is too quick. Huey's down. And that is a big opportunity for Finland to control middle and maybe push ahead for the wipe here if Lithuania aren't careful, but they're beating out the aggression. Zappis and Salmon overextend and get taken down, but the rest of their team are standing on the point. Cabin here now, Vokte straight in onto the medic. He's going to launch him up. He needs to connect the shotgun to get the frag. He will get it. His team are coming in. They're just all over these Finns. You can't believe that middle slipped between their fingers like that.
They stole it back from them right at the end there. Zappis getting the frag there on Nighthawk, who was trying to chase them out, and it looks like he wants to do something, but he's not. He's just going to back off. And yeah, they had that middle. It was there. It was there for the taking, but they couldn't lock it down. Settler just holding on the point instead of really pushing forward and trying to drive them right out. And they just got their heels in choke, and they managed to push back in with some players that overextended, putting out big damage. And they didn't even need Huey.
Oh, he's leading the charge here. He's managed to cut Hawks off from his medic. They're going to use Uber anyway to make sure the health remains good. 2 soldier frags for their trouble. They can leave 1 player to cap here and hammer home onto last if they want to. They're going to push it up to Riverside, actually. Huey's seeming to prefer that. Evokche's coming in behind him as well. Huey's going underneath. He's making the submarine play. Evokche's going to jump onto the point to draw the eyes there. Now Huey comes up with the stickies. They're just forcing the Finns to drop onto those deadly sticky bombs. And a quick round in response to the Finnish one is going to make this 1-1 here.
Yeah, definitely. Huey coming out there with that round with 575 damage per minute. Really, really fast round, and died straight away at the beginning. So he really pulled it back there with the last point and the second attack. It looks like Zappos is running up to try and contest him again, but Huey's protected by scouts this time, and Zappos drops down to the bottom. A big bomb up by Hawks, but he gets denied, and Zappos does go down as well. Salmon in now, just distracting, backs out to Big Door as well, but neither team really taking much position, and Arvins goes down there to Himsey. Both teams kind of playing this passive, just sacking in a few players, but there's a flanking scout from Lithuania who's going to come up behind Settler now. Is he going to be able to take him down? He's onto the medic, and that's going to strand his soldier there as Hawks goes down as well. But Himsey sneaks in from behind and takes down Huey. This middle's all over the place, Admirable.
Yeah, I was watching the RVN's perspective. He got first blood there onto Zappos underneath. I always feel like a rumor can trade with
scout in. Nighthawks on 3 HP. Oh, sorry, I thought he was going to take down the demo man or the med there. Tomsy was on 98%, and I thought he was going to get the pick.
Yeah, so even though Finland lost the cap, it looks like they'll be in strong position to retake control of the mid here. Lithuania's medic Baccarat is actually just about to come in with his charge. He's going to lead with Huey, but they get slightly juggled there as they came through the choke, or stumbled a little bit, tripped up over their own feet, and their Uber was pretty much a fail, but the Finnish forestalls come in. How many players will Lithuania lose for this, though? Finland are already down Zappos. He'll be back on the field in about 5 seconds, but they need to find frags quickly. Actually, they're just going to cap the point and regroup here. Zappos is going to spawn a scout, no sniper shenanigans, but they want to continue here. They feel like they are running with momentum, but as Hawks jumps through, Settler just gets rushed by both scouts, and Finland get absolutely annihilated there. A little bit of hubris, I think. It was probably unwise to just take that push like that, but Lithuania were perfectly positioned to punish them, and punish they were, Sideshow.
Absolutely, and now they've got a huge advantage to be able to push on here, and they're spawn camping. I wonder if Tomsy's going to get caught out here, but no, a little bit of nice soldier action from Hawks and Settler, but it looks like they've been caught, and Settler and the Hawks both go down. A headshot rings out from Zappos onto somebody, and he manages to don't back up! Oh god, he manages to get him from the forward spawn as well. What was looking so good for Lithuania, the Finnish managed to kind of equalise it out.
This is incredible seesaw TF2. I was just about to say that Finland losing more players right there like that was going to make them perhaps lose the round, but that headshot onto the medic with Uber, the big drop ski, and they are right back in it here. Even though they've lost all that territory, they are sitting in a not so bad position. They're not really in an advantage right now, Sideshow, but at least they're not about to be sitting on last facing full Uber charge with none of their own. It's equal in terms of Uber, more or less. Lithuania are losing players here. The Finns do the push from lower to deny anyone from blocking the point. They've got Himsey cap on the point here. Smart play, and they have managed to just bully the Lithuanians out. They're looking intimidated. They've backed off, and they're going to just sacrifice that territory they had recently taken.
Yeah, huge amounts of damage there coming out of Finland, and everybody on Lithuania was far too weak to be able to contest them there as they took that second point. We're going to see an Uber fight, but Lithuania holding incredibly far back, and they're going to let them into Big Dodge. Settler catches a bit of a pipe there, and that might stunt them a little bit. Oh, it's a crits! It's a crits coming out, and Tomsy drops! Incredible from Lithuania! I didn't spot it either. Oh, and Finland are just getting crushed here. They were caught out as much as I was by that crits, and that's why Lithuania were holding so far back, just baiting Finland into Big Door, and then Huey with an incredible sticky just completely caught Tomsy unawares, and he drops his Uber charge.
Incredible there. Well executed crits Krieg from Huey. Picking up a 4k, I think, and they're going to be able to hammer home with that. The crits Medibar's missing for me on the HUD due to the plug-in issues, but I'll definitely have to remember to keep more of a closer eye on that one. But Lithuania back in a commanding position here. They're continuing to take a fight outside around the rock, but they have managed to finally clean up Himsey. It's just a constant thorn in their side, but as it stands, crits is ready for Baccarat yet again. Tomsy is only on 50% overcharge. The crits is going to be coming in. Hugh's trying to snipe, but he puts his crit sticky on the frame of the door twice, 3 times. Is he just setting up a trap now? Is he giving up altogether? But the crits proves ineffective. Nuki and Arie ends down at the minute. Salmon goes down in the lobby though for Finland, trying to catch them off guard on the back of that failed crits. But Finland have been given a lot of confidence by these two picks, and the fact they know the Kritzkrieg is not a threat anymore. They have to be wary about these stickies of Hui just above the door. They've been spotted out by Setlet. Hawks is going to peek it anyway, but the Det fails to do any damage, and Finland will be able to get back out here once more.
Yeah, I'm going to give Huey the benefit of the doubt there and say that he just overthought that crits a little bit too much. He thought maybe there'd be too much defense on the other chokes. I'm going to say that. It looks like the Uber's going to come in here. Himsey just runs through the choke point. He's not scared. The Uber is forced. Oh, Hawks goes flying up in the air, Miles. But Lithuania have already retreated, and they've got 95% Kritzkrieg, and they rotate into the big door. It's quite a predictable play. I wonder if Finland are going to be able to spot it, but I don't think they are. The crits does come in, and the only person close is Setler. He doesn't manage to pick anybody, but neither does Huey. Oh, apart from that last Kritzkrieg catching Hawks. But the Finnish players have rotated around them, and they're going through choke at the moment. No, they're not. The flank of Lithuania holding them at bay.
Huey's trying to boss it here, but his team have sold him out. Huey jumped to the point to control both chokes. He was able to do a lot of damage there, but as he dropped down, he was hoping that his team would be there to, you know, give him that loving embrace, but they'd all just disappeared, left him for dead. And now Lithuania losing 3 players quickly like that. They're going to lose another, in fact, and they're going to continue to be at a man disadvantage for the next 15 seconds as long as the Finns don't take any poor trades. They're able to walk forward here. They haven't even started capping that Spire yet, but they're just trying to find more frags in the lobby and keep that momentum going. As long as you can keep killing players. Oh my god, Salmon and Hawks combined, killing off Medic and Demo Man. Perfect timing there. Uber gets popped off as well, just to seal the deal. The Finns are trying to walk forward here. Evox just hiding behind, waiting for the Uber to fade. He's going to put out big damage. Setlick goes down. A couple of nice rockets here. They've got scouts up as well. Can Lithuania hold on to this? The respawn comes in. Hui and Medic back on the field. Only Zappis to clean up here as Tomsy backs off, popping off those arrows. He's going to meet up with Himsey in the lobby, but incredible game so far, Sideshow.
That was brilliant by Evoke. He completely dodged the Uber, as did the rest of his team actually. The Uber did absolutely nothing from Finland, but then Evoke came behind just as it faded, hit 3 beautiful directs and a huge shotgun, and just completely destroyed Lithuania and bought time for the respawns to come in. I completely thought that Finland had it there. I was ready to sing their praises about playing aggressively against the crits, but no. Lithuania showing that they can defend just as well without the Uber charges coming into play, and it looks like Baka has switched back to normal Uber, and he's going to have an Uber advantage, something like 20, maybe 30%, so I think they're going to push off this.
Yeah, they're just about to hit that mark. They should be pushing now. If they feel they have an advantage, it's already just it's slipping away from them. It's now it's a risky time to continue to push, and they're probably aware of that. You just have to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's probably equal Ubers right here, they're saying to themselves. But if you have to join us here, this is teamfortress.tv, giving you ETF2L Nations Cup number 5, powered by TT Esports, coverage of the quarter-final between Finland and Lithuania. It started an hour earlier, or 45 minutes earlier than expected, so sorry if you missed the start, but so far it's been a gripping game on Gullywatch, 1-1 right now, with 13 minutes left on the clock. I am Admirable, he is Sideshow, we got Arie on the camera.
Yeah, oh, Setler goes down as he actually gets dropped to a little sticky trap there, and the Uber gets forced from Finland, and they actually pick up a frag on the flank to Lithuania. So they've got a much better after Uber situation here. Arvin's bombing in there a little bit too early just before his combo had engaged, and he does get taken down, but this has secured the midpoint for Lithuania, and they're going to be able to pick up a kill on the bottom onto Zappis as well. And Finland, they're just completely getting let down by, Setler dropped in the Uber, and then not being able to have a good Uber exchange because of it.
Now you see the Lithuanians moving in through the choke. They can see the Finns there, and Hawks is going to back off towards the lobby with his medic, regrouping with Setlet here. But once you're in that lobby door, you're just liable to take a lot more damage coming out of it. They've sacrificed position here, and they don't seem too confident. Lithuania are going to move up top. They have that about 20% Uber advantage right now, and the Finns seem to be showing them a lot of respect here. Very passive play. They're just going to give it up. And they obviously prefer to take that defensive battle on last. I mean, why not? It's a very strong hold, but Zappis is hiding at big door. He's going to step in.
Oh my god,
shots.
That's brilliant. Huge. And then back up popped anyway, so they're going to have a horrible Uber on lower lobby. And now the Uber comes in from Finland just now, and everybody's going to go down that was engaged in that Uber from Lithuania. Huey and Evoke. Back out managed to escape actually. And Huey was the pick before, sorry. So yeah, back out managed to get out of that, which is good, but they're going to be able to take the second point. and possibly roll this onto mid with the respawns. It depends how it goes. The heals not quite up at the choke point yet, but they're going to try and push it through. Little sticky trap here from Huey. Is he going to be able to pick anyone? No, but he gets some good damage onto Settler, but Settler in return picks up Arvane's.
Sideshow. I've lost count of how many times this has gone back and forth between last, second, third. Can Finland actually produce the goods here and take middle and push ahead to 4 without getting a little bit overzealous? I'm hoping for it. They're working their way forward slowly here onto the point, just trying to bully out the Lithuanians, but there's about a 10%, 15% Uber advantage here. Lithuania could abuse, but they don't seem confident. Their body language tells me that they just want to sit defensive here. They are unaware of that advantage situation. Now it's going to be 6 versus 6. It's Uber versus Uber. Both teams looking for that edge. Himsy's running towards choke before he sees all that spam coming in, but that's the sort of play we might see here, where he will just run in and try and Muller someone with his rep.
Yeah, I'm sure Zappis quite likes doing that as well, but it looks like Himsy's already done it. He sacrifices himself in as a pick. Actually, it looks like he might have been part of that Uber, but got dropped by Tomsy. And now Settler's gone behind as well. I think he's going to be able to fight someone in lower lobby. He actually gets out from that big door area, but Hawks sacrifices his life in order to have his demo man escape. And it looks like the flank from Lithuania has been able to push in choke in the meantime. And so Settler does go down as along with Zappis. Zappis managing to pick up a consolation frag onto Evoke. And that's going to secure Lithuania at the point. All of these Uber exchanges just so even. Just the tiniest little thing is making the difference. Swaying the match one way or another. A bomb in from Hawks here? No, absolutely not. Hawks doesn't like to rocket jump. A big bomb in from Salmon though, double rocket jump. He gets onto the medic. He's actually done no damage so far and then kills himself with the rocket. That's unfortunate from Salmon. He's normally so good.
He's got that rocket perfectly at the point he was hitting the ground there, man. That must have stung. He's going to feel that one in the morning for sure, but Lithuania again have retaken control of the territory that Finland just seconds ago took off them, and it's such a back and forth game. I feel like I'm at the Wimbledon Grand Final here. Sideshow. A sniper being played here by Zappis, but cookie cutter for Lithuania right now. We might see them sacrifice a player if they want to figure out exactly what push they want to do. They're really posturing around Riverside here. Both soldiers trying to spam around that corner and see if they can soften up that medic target. They might be looking to send somebody in for the force here. Nighthawk tries to make that play, but immediately denied by the right click of Settlet Stickies in his face. But that could have just been the sacrifice we were talking about. Expect to see an off class here, Sideshow. I put money on it.
I've never actually seen Nighthawk or Starsky play Sniper, but that'd be really interesting. They've got some sick DM on Scout, so I wonder what they got. Oh, a Spy coming in from Nighthawk. That's brilliant. I love seeing Spy plays. I'm incredible at Spy myself, so I love seeing other people try and come up with something even comparable to my plays. He's coming in through main at the moment, Nighthawk. We'll see what he can do. I've lost him because he's invisible. Has he slipped into Secret?
He's playing it really slow, obviously running that Cloak and Dagger, the Imble Watch that's been added to 6s not so long ago, and he's just waiting for a bit of recharge here. He's providing intel to his team. He knows the medic's right above him. He's probably going to ask for a little distraction before he makes his play. But 2 options here: you can go for the pick or go for the point. The pick, obviously the high value play, but just distracted enough, making everybody look around for a second can be great as well. But he's shown himself.
He's been detected.
He's been detected. He bumps into the scout. He's going to run out here. Somehow survives. But I mean, really, in 6v6, once the spy has been spotted out, it becomes a lot less effective. You need to see some huge plays here, or maybe just go back to spawn or kill yourself.
I wouldn't be surprised if they sack another player in, a soldier or something, and then get him back to the respawn and change class. But no, he's going in again. He's going to try his hand, even though they know that there's a spy, and they're going to be checking all of the usual hiding places. This is going to be very risky.
He can see everything right now. He knows the exact position of the medic, the combo. He sees they're stepping away from the point here. There's an opening. He can get a lot of time on it if he wants to. He's just going to step back onto the point. Now starts to run the camp. Popping off revolver shots into a buff scout isn't going to do much. He will go down eventually, but that did distract him long enough for this force to come in. Big suicide plays there from a Lithuanian soldier who still remains alive. Arvane's is going to be able to jump out as well. Finn's lost 3 off the back of that. It wasn't just the pop, they just got crushed right there. That spy somehow manages to work, not even by getting picked, but just by turning heads.
Yeah, and that's a great example of how a spy or really anything can be used as a distraction. Turning heads and being able to distract people to make room for other people's plays is such an underrated thing in the lower level of sixes, but it works so well. And we're going into another mid, a big bomb in from Salmon, doing some fancy Roma jumps, gets a little bit of damage onto the scouts, but the rest of his team's just playing in Valley. It looks like Zappis has got a kill though onto Arvent as he was hanging around the lower, and another bomb up from Salmon is going to put a lot of pressure onto the combo. Huey really low finally gets taken down. Zappis with a few huge kills this mid, and getting the assist onto Nighthawk as well, that Hawks finishes off. It looks like Starsky's stuck in as well, so he's not connected to Backout, and Backout's managed to get out here, but he only has 50%. The Finns here should really be pushing forward as fast as they can. Oh, actually, we had someone chasing onto last. Zappis was chasing Backout all the way to last, but didn't quite manage to get it before the respawns of Lithuania came out. But he's still got such a severe disadvantage, the Finns should be pushing already. And they are through the main, but they met a Pyro in the form of Starsky. He quickly gets taken down by Zappis, and they dropped a point. There are stickies all over it from Huey, and Backout's now on 95%, 96, but they're not able to hold on enough time. And Zappis just gets on that point and caps it out. Doesn't care about the stickies, Admirable.
Yeah, brilliant play from the Finnish scouts there. They read that one well. It's a pretty common defensive strategy where you hide your demo man in the water and he can come up. He's got the free debt blind with the sticks, and then he can come up and try and spam damage, but they focus him down instantly. Nothing he could do there. Now Huey's almost about to get rushed by Zappis, but the two scouts come in just in the nick of time, and Nuki and Nighthawk combine to take out the Finnish scout turned roamer. Lithuania are just going to walk forward off the back of this. Huey actually takes a direct pipe there from Setlet, and now that has changed the landscape of this middle. Finland feeling much more confident they're going to move forward, but it's turned into a 4-on-4. Both scouts are right down right now for Finland, and that's dangerous because those scouts are super powerful for the cleanup, and that scout advantage is firmly in favour of Lithuania. But the Finns bait them into a little bit of overconfidence as they all cluster on the point. The damage comes in, and Setlet finishes off Evokti there. I think he was trying to jump back, but the middle refuses to end. They have taken control of the point, but Finland will not give up so easily. Spawn's coming in pretty shortly for Lithuania. They have a roamer underneath. He's been spotted out. Scout sees him. He jumps up and realises this is a bad idea. He's going to strafe away to Big Door, but that scout behind him, Nighthawk, also gets cleaned up by Himsy. And Finland looking really solid here. They've got all the angles covered, Sideshow.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw there, but it was an incredible play in from Zappis. It was a fairly even fight. I thought Lithuania could have taken it. Zappis came in, flanked, two-shot back out, and he dropped his Uber, which just gave Finland such an advantage on the mid. They just had it at that point. So a huge play from Zappis, wins them that mid point after a bit of a stalemate, maybe passive play. Starsky looking like he wants to go aggressive there, along with Evoke. They both come in at the same time, but both get absolutely destroyed, shut down. And Nighthawk's building a sentry on last. Looks like that was kind of a bit of an effort just to force the Uber out on second, knowing that they'll get the spawns up for last. Or they'll definitely get Starsky spawns up. I don't know whether they'll get Evoke, but seeing as they're missing Salmon and Zappis from the Finnish team, it doesn't look like they've got a problem here. But they have waited so long that Backout's going to get his Uber up.
This sentry gun is the sort of thing that can catch a team like Finland off guard. Like whenever they go for a push, they like to commit a lot of players. So like once you have that level 3 up, it's like 7 versus 6 here. And of course you can immediately switch that NG back to scout if you're well positioned. Zappis isn't going to be rushing into anything though. He's rocking the scope and he's going to push down to Riverside here to try and find his angle. Sentry gun goes down. Sentry gun hype is over, Sideshow.
The 7th player destroyed. And so Nighthawk switches onto the Pyro instead, which I think is probably a better defensive class on this last anyway, because it's so cramped and because the Pyro can deny from so many places, holding on the pipe there. But they're going to need to pressure Zappis as he gets a peek. He's got so much room here, and he gets a fully charged body shot onto Huey, knocks him down to 30 health. Somebody peeks the point as well, and a bomb goes in from Salmon. Just a triple-pronged offense with Himsy coming in as well to force the Uber charge out of Backout. And they've sacked 2 players in here, with Zappis also on sniper, but I don't think Lithuania are going to be able to do anything. They're pushing out a little bit, but I don't know whether they're going to be able to make use of these 2 picks.
Oh, they're too slow to react here. Like probably the smartest play there is to just go throw your 2 soldiers in and sacrifice 2 players as quickly as you can to try and get the counter pop. But they've waited, and now they're going to just try and weather the storm here. They're going to back off. They need to keep 6 players alive here. That's the most important thing you can do to overturn an Uber disadvantage. There's no point in trading and losing a player to force the Uber on your own doorstep. They're just going to roll in with that invulnerability anyway. So sit back, try and kite the Uber, and reappear at the opportune moment. Zavis is going to get juggled by the Pyro. These scouts absolutely denied. Pyro doing a great job. He sacrificed himself for the Uber, and his team are all looking in good health right now. Scouts turn their attention to the low ground, trying to make the submarine play, but Finland are frustrated by this. They're going to continue to throw players in here, even though there's nothing to achieve apart from that medic pick, as Salmon does kill off Baccarat. I almost missed it, Sideshow, but I just woke up at the right moment.
Yeah, actually, I think credit going to the heavy there. He mopped up so much damage and denied the point multiple times, but unfortunately Baccarat went down, attempted to keep the heavy alive, but I think it was probably the right play. It's landed them with an uber disadvantage, but they managed to secure themselves the last. And they're going to maybe get some picks here if Finland keep throwing players away. Salmon and Himsey both go down. They've got such an uber advantage, and you don't want to be losing players when you're in a strong position to be taking the second point and possibly last.
Looks like Finland want to take control. Oh, what the fuck?
Tomsy goes down. Tomsy went down there to Nighthawk, just jumping around the corner and hitting a meat shot on him at the same time as Evoke pressured him a little bit, and that's 2 down for Finland. Oh, but Settler catching them with the sticky trap at the same time as Hawks jumped up through the drop down, and Finland now, just with their continued aggression, timed it all well together. Loads of teamwork and synchronization with that, and they just absolutely crushed Lithuania. Lithuania don't have a chance there. They had the heal advantage, they had every advantage they could think of, apart from being able to work out where Finland were and anticipate the time that they would be able to attack. And Lithuania were caught with their pants down. Oh, they do manage to get the point. Oh no, it doesn't. Sorry. I wondered how on earth they managed to get that point there, but no, that will be the time limit. And that's probably what instigated the push from Finland there, just the time going down, and it was just so successful, their synchronized team fight at Choke. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more in the next map. Do you have any idea what the next map is, Admirable?
Surely we're going to go to a golden cap, Sideshow.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. My bad.
Are you not the guy
who
brought in the golden cap rule? Come on, buddy.
I'm just going to shut up now, because I'm an idiot. I assumed someone had won, but I don't know why, because I was looking at the score. It looks like they've gone live with the golden cap. I'm going to shut my mouth. You take over.
Oh wow, I was going to go to the logs, but we'll save that for later. It is going to be this golden cap mid-fight, the only mid-fight of the golden cap. It's going to be an unlimited time period here. One team must cap to win, and then we'll go to the next map. It's a best of 3 here, but this middle is very slow to start, but quickly 2 frags come in as Hawks and Zappos go down to Nuki and Avokte, but Finland with a quick response. Himsey onto Hui is going to mean Demo Man down, but just as I say that, Nighthawk steps in to settle it, and Finland are going to be wiped here. Salmon last man today. Hawks is just about to respawn, but that was a pretty standoffish middle at the very start from both teams, but once the pieces were set in place, plays were made, and Lithuania have come out ahead here, Sideshow.
Yes, the only saving grace being Salmon picking up Baccarat as well, so that's going to equalise the Ubers and stop them having to face an Uber on last. It's a fairly manageable last point to defend, so I wouldn't say that that's the nail in the coffin there for Finland, but certainly they're at a disadvantage now. It looks like they actually want to peek out. They want to play this really aggressively. They want to retake the second point. They've got a flying bomb in from Salmon, but he doesn't manage to do much apart from distract a few eyes. But Nighthawk and Evoke going down from Hawks. Brilliant rockets there. Fairly mid-range rockets. It wasn't a bomb, but that was sick.
That was massive from Salmon. Like, his play, even though he didn't do much, he managed to survive, and that whole time the entire Lithuanian team was like unloading their clips into Salmon, trying to kill him. So whenever Setlet walked forward, everybody was empty, and he just crushed them. 3 frags there. Uber coming in though from Baccarat and Hui. Now the counter Uber comes in just in the nick of time there from Tomsy. He's going to be able to save as many of his players as deemed to come close to him. Hui, Arvian's going down for Lithuania. Finland sitting here with good health, ready to push. They're already coming through choke. Salmon's going to peek big door as well. Setlick overextends, though he didn't get the memo they were going choke. Demoman down, but with no heals here, Lithuania don't have many options. They just need to try and kill off as many Finnish players as they can and maybe slow things down, but the cap will definitely go in favour of Finland on that Spire. And what a turnaround we've seen from that decisive mid-wipe. Finland back in the game here, Sideshow.
Yeah, definitely. And Lithuania really don't have as much of an idea of how to defend, how not to throw the round away, it looks like. Because they're just throwing players away when they need these 6 up to defend. They're going to have an uber disadvantage. Finland possibly could have just pushed there with the frags that they had, but they've decided to hold on to their uber advantage. They've got about 60%. It's coming up to 100% for Tomsy now against Bakat's 40%. And that's prompted the Lithuanians to run a Pyro and a heavy defense. Heavy in the place where we saw him last time. He's just getting a quick buff now. And the Pyro holding on the top right-hand side, and he's not going to be able to do anything to this Uber as it's just going to come flying in. He's going to get focused down. Evoke's going down as well. Settler puts down big damage onto the heavy. Cap time's coming off, and only Bakat's left alive. And that is Finland taking Gully Wash.
Wow, congratulations, Finland taking that first map. This is, of course, a best-of-3 series, so don't just run away anywhere. We will be going to a map that I don't know. There was nothing on the match page about which maps had been picked, but we will take a look at the logs from the main round, I guess. I don't really like Golden Cap logs.
Yeah, Golden Cab logs at the moment. I think that was just both. I was looking at the live stats just as they played that, and it was Nighthawk going huge initially, and then Himsy pulling it back with some huge damage and frags at the end as well. So a bit of a turnaround.
Sorry, man. Taking a look at the logs from the first 30 minutes. Huhi was top damage there, 336. Settler just behind him on 285. And you know, Vogtje outplaying both of the Finnish soldiers in terms of damage. I'm just looking at the sort of team stats overall. There was only 6 frags in it. I actually favoured Lithuania. They had about 2k more damage as well, and an Uber extra, but they did drop 2 more Ubers. They won 4 mids. So really it was Lithuania's game to take, I feel like. They won 4 of the 5 mids. They had more frags, more damage, more Ubers, even more drops, yet they just couldn't seal the deal, and they gave Finland that one look in there right at the end of the Golden Cap, and Finland took it.
Yeah, I think it was Lithuania's game, definitely, but Finland at the end there just showing that they can work together as a cohesive unit just a little bit more, and they know what to do in a high pressure round where every frag means something, and you have to keep players alive to be able to defend the crucial last point. And you know, the ability of Finland to get to wipe on a mid, be pushed all the way back to their last, and not even allow Lithuania to push in, but in fact to take the fight to them, recap second, and then push all the way to win the round is just brilliant.
We always get the opportunity as well to bully people through logs as well. So you know, I'm looking at the bottom now, and I'm seeing Nuki, Starsky, and Arvian's maybe the 2 players underperforming slightly for Lithuania. I mean, Arvian's playing Roamer here is 10 for 9 for 21. Not really good stats. Sure, you're going to die a lot as Roamer, but like, if you're going in and you're not having any luck, start to change it up a little bit. You know, play a little bit more passive, because you know Himsy's going to run at you anyway. You can always just sit back and get that frag. But Himsy as well, he's always quite, you know, it's hit and miss. His style either works or it fails. And today he's just ended up getting 19 for 20. His team won, sure, but it wasn't like his 30 for 30 game against Russia, was it?
No, definitely not. And I would agree that Arven's getting outruned by a mile by Salmon, but I think you would expect that if you knew the players. The matchup that kind of is throwing me a little bit is Hawks against Evoke. Hawks really not doing anything with the amount of heals that he's been given. And I feel like you know, in some teams where Zebasai comes to mind, where they get a lot of heals and often don't you know, like hugely perform on the stats, but they're integral to the working of the team. Like giving Zebasai all the heals in his teams is part of the team strat, and he soaks up the damage and allows the rest of his team to go and do things, and he has these incredible Uber fights. But I feel like Hawks is getting a lot of the heals poured into him and isn't particularly doing enough with them.
Yeah, I played a season with Hawks, and like I think the game that he mastered is not the game that's played today. Like, he doesn't like to move forward with the heals, or he's always very skeptical, despite being an incredible player. He just never seems to commit that hard. But like if people come to him and want to fight him, yeah, he's going to clean them up, no problem. But